Life is brief, but most people move through it like it will never end. In truth, the average lifespan gives us only 30,000 days. If you're 30 years old, over a third of those are already gone. Someday becomes a trap, a false comfort that delays what matters most. But the clock doesn't wait. The next 15 minutes won't be about cramming more into your calendar. Instead, you'll gain perspective shifting insights on how to truly inhabit your life. These aren't generic time hacks. They're fundamental shifts in thinking designed to help you experience time more deeply and live with deliberate intention starting today. Chapter 1. Bending Time with Your Mind. Time plays tricks on us. Remember when you were a kid and summer felt infinite? Every moment was fresh. Your mind soaked it in. That's because your brain stretches time when it encounters novelty. But adulthood? It's a blur. You eat the same breakfast, drive the same roads, scroll the same feeds. Routines make time vanish. Your brain stops taking notes. This is the illusion of time speeding up, what scientists call time compression. But here's the twist. You can reverse it. Start introducing change. Take a new route to work. Ask deeper questions. Learn something unfamiliar. When life feels unfamiliar, your mind starts recording again, and time begins to stretch. This is how you regain presence. Another trap? Misjudging time. We think we can conquer a day, but we underestimate what a focused year can build. It's not about cramming more into your hours, it's about making your hours count. When you prioritize newness and purposeful growth, time becomes something you feel again, not just something you lose. Chapter 2. The Discipline of What Matters. Most people confuse activity with progress. They race through to-do lists, answer every notification, attend endless meetings, yet still feel unfulfilled. The truth? Not everything urgent is important. To gain clarity, use the deathbed filter. When you're 90, will that email or errand matter? Probably not. But time with your family, the trip you didn't take, that will. Here's a tactic. Write down all your goals, then circle the top 3. Everything else becomes your avoid list. That's right, avoid. Because saying yes to everything dilutes your power. Think of priorities like compound interest. A little time daily toward what matters most adds up. But distractions? They're like withdrawals, stealing future growth. Social media, busy work, and people-pleasing are silent thieves. You don't need more hours, you need fewer obligations. Ruthlessly eliminate what doesn't move the needle. When you protect your time, you reclaim your life. You're not just managing tasks, you're crafting meaning. Time is your most limited asset. Spend it where it counts. Chapter 3. Investing in relationship wealth. Relationships operate like emotional bank accounts. Every interaction you have is either a deposit or a withdrawal. A kind message, a sincere compliment, a moment of presence, those are deposits. Being late, ignoring messages, or showing up only when convenient, withdrawals. And just like a real bank, you can't make constant withdrawals without going into emotional debt. Most people think grand gestures build connection, but it's the consistent, thoughtful presence that makes the difference. A random call, remembering a birthday, offering a listening ear, those add up. And don't underestimate casual relationships. Weak ties, your barista, an old coworker, a neighbor, often lead to new ideas, support, or opportunities. Deep bonds form in shared hardship more than shared fun. When you support someone through tough times, trust deepens. Want to expand your time? Give it. Paradoxically, the more freely you give time to people, the richer and more expansive life feels. Love, connection, and meaning thrive in the small, quiet investments. Relationships aren't built overnight. They're built moment by moment, deposit by deposit. Chapter 4. Designing a career, not climbing one. Your most meaningful career moves won't be found by staying comfortable. They're found just beyond what feels familiar. This space is called the adjacent possible. It's not about abandoning what you know, but building on it. Too often, people stay in their lanes, chasing titles or bigger paychecks, but miss out on growth. In your 20s and 30s, optimize for learning. Every new skill is a lottery ticket for future breakthroughs. Your career is not a ladder, it's a jungle gym. Sometimes you go sideways, even backward, but each step builds unique value. Don't fear job changes that stretch you. They're where innovation is born. And when you procrastinate, pay attention. What you choose to do instead may point to your true interests. Passion isn't always loud. It hides in what you explore when no one's watching. The best careers aren't built by following a script. They're designed by curiosity, discomfort, and courage. Take risks that align with learning. Chase opportunities that scare you a little. That's where growth lives and where purpose is waiting. Chapter 5. Fuel before function. Your health is the foundation that supports everything else. Without energy, even the best plans fall flat. It's not about living longer, it's about showing up fully. Would you rather have 8 hours of clear, focused energy or 12 hours of sluggish distraction? Sleep isn't optional. It's where your brain repairs, sorts memories, and sharpens your ability to make decisions. Neglect it, and you're operating at half power. And here's a twist. Morning you and evening you are different people. Morning you makes bold plans. Work out, eat clean, finish the project. But evening you? Tired, distracted, tempted. You have to design for both. Start with micro movements. 10 push-ups, a walk around the block, 5 minutes of stretching. It's not about perfection, it's about momentum. When your body moves and your mind clears, and clarity is power, prioritize your fuel. Before productivity, before ambition, before anything, you're not a machine. You're a living system. Take care of the system first, and everything else will follow. Chapter 6. Grow or repeat. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. If you want to learn faster, start teaching. You don't need to be an expert. Just the act of explaining a concept deepens your understanding. Struggling to grasp something? That struggle makes you a better teacher than someone who's mastered it. Read biographies. They distill decades of insight into a few hours. Choose learning that expands your perspective, not just what's trendy. Smart people don't aim to be good at everything. They're selectively bad at things that don't serve their goals. It's called deliberate amateurism, and it keeps you humble and adaptable. Embrace constraints. Limited time, limited money, limited resources. They force creativity. Limitations become launch pads, and when something no longer serves your growth, quit it. Fast. Strategic quitting isn't failure, it's refinement. Keep what fuels you, shed what doesn't. Growth isn't just about addition, it's also about subtraction. If you're not growing, you're repeating. And repetition without learning is stagnation. Design your learning like you'd design a workout, challenging, focused, and with clear progression. Chapter 7. Mastering the Inner Current. Emotions are powerful, but they're also temporary. Biochemically, feelings like anger, fear, and frustration only last about 90 seconds. After that, it's a choice. The first wave is involuntary, but what follows is within your control. Mastering that second wave is emotional intelligence. It's what keeps leaders calm in chaos and builds trust in moments that matter. Vulnerability plays a role too. When used intentionally, it fosters connection more deeply than perfection ever could. Avoiding hard conversations? That's emotional debt. The longer you avoid it, the more it grows. Courage means facing the small discomfort now instead of dealing with the emotional compound interest later. And here's something people often forget. Gratitude isn't just a mindset, it's a tool. But unspoken gratitude is useless. It's like leaving money in a locked account. Express it. Make it real. Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing how you feel. It's about understanding emotions, navigating them, and using them as signals, not steering wheels. Your emotional world doesn't need to control you. With practice, you can learn to ride the current, not be swept away by it. Chapter 8. Buying Back Your Freedom. Money isn't just about what you earn, it's about what you keep and how you use it. Most people chase higher income only to lose their time in the process. Bigger paychecks often bring bigger houses, longer commutes, and more obligations. This is lifestyle inflation, and it quietly robs your freedom. True wealth is about margin, the gap between what you make and what you spend. That gap is where opportunity lives. Smart people don't buy things to impress others. They invest in experiences, relationships, and rest. Rent what depreciates. Buy what appreciates. Want more time? Spend less. Financial independence doesn't mean never working again. It means choosing how, when, and why you work. That's real freedom. Most people think wealth is about having more, but it's really about needing less. Simplify your life, not to restrict joy, but to reclaim it. Design your spending to reflect your values, not your status. In the end, your money should serve your life, not the other way around. Chapter 9. Turn on the faucet. Creativity isn't magic, it's motion. Imagine a faucet that's been off for too long. When you first turn it on, rusty water pours out. That's your bad ideas. Don't avoid them, welcome them. They're clearing the pipes for brilliance. Most people wait for inspiration, but real creatives know. You start first, then inspiration follows. Constraints aren't barriers, they're launch pads. Shakespeare worked within strict poetic forms, and that's what sparked his genius. When your options are limitless, it's harder to begin. But when you narrow the frame, creativity flows faster. Here's a tip. Stop trying to create and critique at the same time. That's like hitting the gas and the brakes together. Get the ideas out first, edit later, and track everything. Your early messes show you're improving. Growth needs evidence, but the real magic? Combine skills that don't usually go together. That unique intersection of your interests is where your creative superpower lives, so don't wait to feel creative. Turn on the faucet. Let the rust flow. The gold will follow. Chapter 10. Energy is the edge. Productivity is overrated if your energy is depleted. You can't do deep, meaningful work running on fumes. The secret isn't managing time, it's managing energy. Start with an audit. What fills you up? What drains you? That morning walk might supercharge your focus. That draining conversation, it's a leak in your battery. Willpower isn't infinite, it fades. Smart people build systems, routines that eliminate decisions. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily not for style, but for stamina. Simplicity protects your bandwidth. Here's a strategy most overlook: strategic incompetence. Be intentionally bad at things that don't align with your goals. People stop asking. Your focus stays protected, and don't underestimate recovery. Rest isn't laziness, it's leverage. Rest renews your edge. If you want your hours to matter, fuel the engine behind them. Protect your energy like your future depends on it, because it does. High energy amplifies every other advantage. It's not optional, it's your edge. Chapter 11. Watering the right roots. Success often hinges less on what you know and more on who you know. But real social capital isn't built on collecting contacts. It's built on connection. Think of relationships like a garden. Time, trust, and shared experiences are the water, sunlight, and soil. You can't expect a single interaction to blossom into a deep relationship. You have to show up consistently. It's not about networking events or flashy introductions. It's about genuine check-ins, unexpected texts, and being there when it matters. Be a connector, not a collector. Introduce people who should meet. Create value beyond yourself. Weak ties, those casual connections, often lead to new opportunities and perspectives. Most people only reach out when they need something. Don't be most people. Build when you don't need it, so the support is there when you do. The strongest networks aren't built in emergencies. They're nurtured over time. Plant often, water regularly, and always invest in the people you care about. That's how you grow roots that hold, even in life's toughest storms. Chapter 12. See the board, not just the move. Mental models are like lenses. They help you make sense of the world, but they're never the whole picture. The map is not the territory. Most people act on what's directly in front of them, making reactive choices. But life isn't checkers, it's chess. Think in layers. Don't just ask what happens next, ask what happens after that. This is second order thinking, and it's how the most strategic minds operate. Seek out different perspectives. They challenge your assumptions and reveal blind spots. Remember, information isn't power, clarity is. Knowing that a tomato is a fruit is trivia. Knowing not to put it in a fruit salad? That's wisdom. Don't just collect facts, notice patterns. Practice inverse thinking too. Instead of asking how to fix a problem, ask how you might be causing it. Often progress comes not from doing more, but from stopping what's not working. The best decisions aren't always about action. They're about insight. And insight starts with stepping back far enough to see the board, not just the move in front of you. Chapter 13. Architect of a life that fits. Your life isn't something that just happens. It's something you shape, piece by piece. Think of it as a portfolio, not just of wealth, but of experiences, relationships, skills, and moments that matter. Too many people overplan and undertest, but real clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from small, intentional experiments. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Start tiny. Change one thing for 5 minutes. See how it feels. Then adjust. That's design. And when it comes to measuring success, toss out society's metrics. Create your own. What if success meant quiet mornings, meaningful work, or time with people you love? What if it meant learning a language, not earning a title? The answers are already inside you, but you have to pause to hear them. Make time for regular reflection. Not yearly, but monthly. Review what's working. Catch what's not. Course correct before it becomes regret. Your life isn't a project with one big reveal. It's an evolving design. And you are the architect. So start shaping it now, before someone else does it for you. Conclusion. Life isn't waiting for more time. It's asking what you'll do with what you have. Every choice is a brushstroke. Your habits, your focus, your presence, they shape the masterpiece. You don't need to overhaul everything, just begin. Take one idea, apply it, let it grow. Life is brief, so live with intention, not tomorrow, today.